Hi everyone, it's Diane from Boho Stamper. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new. I hope everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. This is Saturday for me. I'm filming on Saturday so that I can enjoy tomorrow with my family, so I'll have to let you know how my Mother's Day went later. Yeah, so welcome again. Hope you're all doing well. I'm going to start off with May shopping code and share that with you when you shop with bohostamper.com and spend $50 or more. I'm going to thank you with some pastel pearls that come in Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Blue, and Pink. And when you shop and spend $100 in product or more, you're going to get those pastel pearls as well as the new in color matte dots, which I don't have to show you yet. So that is the shopping stuff. And I'm kind of rushing through because I want to share with you, I've never been, I never really go out there and push too much about joining Stampin' Up. But I have to say, they're offering a great deal right now through May 31st. When you join Stampin' Up, in addition to your $125 worth of product that you get with your $99 sign-up fee, they're also going to include a package of in-color grid paper, a package of the new in-color cardstocks, all of the new in-color ink pads, and 6x6 designer series papers with, of course, the new in colors. You can't beat it. I'm telling you. It's a great, great offer. That's another $66.50 worth of product included in your $99 kit. So, if you've considered it or thought about it or weren't sure what you wanted to do, this would be a great chance to take advantage of that. I also want to share the upcoming card making workshops that we are going to begin on May 24th, and we'll make 3 cards out of the new catalog products. Whether that be it's going to be new stamp sets, the new in colors, and I don't know what the cards are going to look like, and those will only be for the folks who are local coming to the class. I won't share those same designs on my videos. Those are for the folks who pay to come and do them. So, alright, announcements all out of the way. Today I'm using Sweet Songbirds again. And we made a card once before using Tahitian Tide. And that was our first one. And if I remember, I will link that video below so you can go back to that one. I was determined to use the Sweet Sorbet and make another little bird. And everything was going along just fine until I decided to make a watercolor background, and then I started to struggle. My bird was the easy part. He came together rather quickly. So this is what I came up with, and this is what we're going to do today. He's still cute, just doesn't have a watercolor background. They just kept coming out too dark. Actually, those were a couple of them. Another one I set aside to dry. This was Starry Sky. Starry Sky is really a lot darker than I thought. As it's drying, this part's looking a little bit prettier, but still wasn't what I wanted it to be. This was looking too gray. That was Balmy Blue. And this was Moonlight Madness. And that was just too dark. I wanted a springy sky. So I finally gave up on the blues. I got the blues. So I'm starting with a piece of the Sweet Sorbet cardstock, which was half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that I cut in half, scored, folded in half, and we have a 4 1/4 by a 5.5 inch card base. And then I didn't know what I wanted to do as my background since I wasn't going to watercolor. And I wanted to use the branch this time. And on those samples that I showed you, you can see I was trying to do just a tree branchy kind of picture going on there. But I really like the nest better. So anyways, I decided to combine the two. How was that for brilliant? So I found and this is still available in the mini catalog until when, this is the Heart and Home paper, and you can still get this until the end of June. So I pulled a piece of the Heart and Home out because it's got a lot of, I don't know, wood grainy, barn beanie looking stuff. And just cut a piece of that to 4 by 5 1/4. That is a little bit stark white on here. So mine I toned down with blue. And you wouldn't have to do that. I kind of like it like that though. So I think I'm going to do it again. I just wanted it to look a little bit not so bright. And all I did for that, again, I debated on my colors. I thought that the Starry Sky was way too dark, so I went back to Misty Moonlight. And I know that's a retired color. You can use your Balmy Blue, or you can use the new Starry Sky. I just would tap a lot of it off before I added it to my paper. And I just used my blending brush, added a little bit of ink on the background, and it's just going to take away that white, the brightness of it. Kind of make it look more like it's in our bird is sitting in front of an outside fence. And that was it. I just added a little bit. You could do that probably with any color. You could go for your browns. I didn't want to add too much more brown because I'm going to use that for my branch and my nest. You could probably do gray. You could, tone that down a little bit with some gray. I think I want that naughty looking piece of wood up there, so I'm going to keep that on my top. And then I used soft suede and my little tree branch. I added it to the bottom left-hand side of my wood. I kind of want him bending down a little bit because I want it to seem like the weight of the nest is on top of that branch. I'm going to use a few different colors today here. Then I have everything out here. It's amazing. The leaves, which are already cut for you to fit right onto your branches. They're already set up. It's one pieces with all 5 leaves. We're going to use this a bunch of times. We're going to make this look like it is a tree in front of a wooden fence. So I'll line it up the first time at the end of my branch. But then I'm going to start using this to make the canopy of the tree like there are leaves coming down around the branch. And just like we do with other stamp sets, you want to twist and turn so that it doesn't look like you're making a pattern. And our nest wouldn't be sitting just on a plain old bare branch. It would have leaves around it. We can add some leaves on the branch. It's It's going to be hidden quite a bit by the nest, so doesn't have to look real accurate. Our birdie's not going to be true to form anyway, so we don't have to make our tree look exactly like one that's sitting outside. Growing outside, it's not sitting there, is it? It's growing. Alright, so that gives us some leaves in the background. May as well finish our background up so we can set this aside. I have hit in the head already. That didn't take long, did it? Okay. In the stamp set, there's a little wooden plank. So I used a boardy, planky looking thing with some Crumb Cake on a piece of Crumb Cake cardstock. I want to stamp that off once. Stamp my little boards. It's not very dark. It's fine. That's a good thing. We don't want it too dark because I want to stamp welcome on that. I thought this would be nice for maybe if you got a new neighbor or a new co-worker. I mean, we know this would be great for a baby card, but the sweet sorbet is pretty bright there. Maybe for a baby card, might not be what you're looking for. And so I just used Crumb Cake full strength to stamp welcome. And we don't have a die for that, so we'll fussy cut. Super simple. You know I'm not a fussy cutter. I also have to fussy cut the nest out. And the only reason I'm doing that is because these two things are real easy to cut. This is a rectangle, and if you don't trust yourself to cut a rectangle, you can always do that on your trimmer. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's a little piece of wood. Let me see, while we're at it, we'll do the nest. Since we have the Crumb Cake out, I'll stamp my little nest full strength. Crumb Cake ink on Crumb Cake cardstock. I think this is what I did on the last one also. I had tried soft suede and it looked a little bit dark. I went back to Crumb Cake. Ooh. I think that's it for Crumb Cake. Let's cut that out. I also find it easier when I have to fussy cut something to get all the excess paper off. Just keep the little bit that you need. Don't let all that excess get in your way and stop your scissors from moving where you want them to move. I shouldn't say moving your scissors because really we're twisting the paper. But once you get that extra cut off there, it does make it a lot easier to go around. And there's my nest. Okay, so 2 pieces are done, ready to go. And this will be our background. I didn't add flowers this time. This could also be welcome to your home, you know, like a welcome sign hanging outside. Okay, let's make our bird. I was going to say, I thought I had white out. And you and Sweet Sorbet. That hurt it a little bit. And then, you know I'm horrible with trying to line this stuff all up to be able to punch it easily. So I'm pretty much keeping all of my pieces a little bit separate from one another so that the punch will cut them out. without ripping up the other images. I'll show you what I mean here. So if you really plan it out, you could stamp your bird and then stamp your belly and your wing and your beak so that you'd be able to get them all punched out without cutting off any other pieces. I can never do that, like right now. I've already cut my bird down here, so all of this top piece would be cut off. It would all go to waste. So rather than do that, I tend to just cut my pieces separate. But you can do this however it works for you. And then I can slide my little bird into my punch. So I cut the wrong point off. This point's stopping him from moving around in the punch the right way. There we go. And if you line your image up inside your punch and gently squeeze to give a little bit of pressure to hold your paper until you have it right where you want it, and then you can punch the rest of the bird. Excuse me. So I did kind of look up pictures of cardinals and stuff because I didn't want to make his belly yellow. I just didn't like that idea of being too yellow on a red bird. And when I looked up a cardinal, they're pretty much red. Everything. Different shades of red, but they were all red. So I thought I would just make this little bird's belly be red also. So I'm using the Sweet Sorbet stamped off one time. And there's his belly. And let's do his wing. All these little teeny tiny stamps. I stuck them on an acrylic block over here so I didn't lose any. And I'm going to stamp that over here because again, no, his wing I wanted full strength. That's right. I was going to say I forgot to stamp off. I didn't. That's good. Put his wing away and do his beak. And the beak I did stamp off one time and made his little beak Sweet Sorbet also, but a little lighter. And we'll put that away. Lots of little pieces on this one. So this probably isn't your best stamp set for a small child. Where did I put my bird body? I can put him away too. Even though it's big, I don't trust myself at all to not lose it. Okay, let's punch out all these little pieces for him or her. Let's see, I guess I gotta, oh my goodness, I do them all opposite every time. Every single time. What can I get first without ruining my other stuff? Nothing? Nothing. You would think that I'd be able to plan this out a little better, but I really do not. I cannot do them. And if I get my paper to a point where I can't move it with my fingers, I just use the eraser of a pencil and scoot it around to line up inside my punch where I want it. There's his little belly. Now I need his wing. Oh, cold, rainy day here. Well, not cold, but I think the rain's making it colder. Definitely not a pretty spring day. Looks like the sun's trying. Maybe it'll come out for tomorrow. Come here, little wing. There we go. Whoop, too far. Looks like I'm going to save my birdie beak from getting punched. That's good. I can... There's this little wing. And now I just need to get his beak. Oh, see, my fingertips just can't grab those pieces of paper, so my pencil eraser works wonders. Almost there. Here we go. I think. Sorry if I get my head in the way here. That's kind of small. Let's do it this way and see if I can see better. There it is. A little beak. Alright. Get all these little bits out of my way. Pencil back. And eyes. We have to give him some eyes. I chose this time to use just the little eyelids and have his eyes closed. So, where did I go? I just did that with Memento, Tuxedo black ink. And make sure I get them inked up. And I use the white that's left on the bird image to be able to make my eyes be where I want them to be. It's kind of nice that you have that little bit of a guide left. And those away. Those are teeny. Tiny little eyes. And we can glue our bird together. I found that it was easier for me just to add a little bit of glue on the white belly part. And then add my punched out stamped piece on top of it. And if you can see, I left a little bit of the sorbet underneath. I don't know if you can see that part of it. Probably not. So that it's not all white right there. And then I can add his little beak. And the wing. The bird part is really the easiest to put together. I think the hardest part for me is always working on the background, trying to use either the branches or not to make them, but to figure out the design for them. Alright, where did I put my whole background thingy? Right there. Okay. You. So, also in the stamp set is a little straight line that you can stamp to hang your wooden plank from. Did I trust myself to stamp two straight lines that were parallel to each other? No, I did not. Because I don't think I could do that. Oh, I really don't think they would be parallel. One would be one way, one would be the other way. So I kind of have to lay this out a little bit so that I know where my welcome sign is going to be. I guess this one I got a little, my branch is a little higher, so I think I'll put my welcome over here. And then I just used a ruler and drew 2 lines with my soft suede marker. That worked just fine. And I'm probably much straighter than if I would have tried to use the stamp. And this just makes it look like you have something that the sign is connected to. So that it's not hanging in thin air. You don't have to add those. It's just something extra that's in the stamp set. And we have to add our musical notes because he's going to be singing. Okay. Kind of have to put everything together first so you know where your birdie notes are going to be. I'm going to use some dimensionals to add my nest. Using up the end pieces of the one sheet here. And then a little tiny piece on the corner of the nest. There. This is going to lift it up on the branch a little bit so that we can set the bird down in there. And then I'm going to use, I don't need that all, I guess, another strip of this dimensional foam for my welcome sign. That was close. And now I can tuck my little bird in here. This bird really is adorable. I like him a lot. So you can set your birdie in there however you want him to be. You want him facing up, or if you want him to be looking straight out of his nest. Little baby. And then I just used my musical notes, and because I had the soft suede out for my branch, heaven only knows where that went to. How can I lose an ink pad like that? Really? Really, I did. No. No, I didn't. It was right in front of me. Oh my goodness. I was looking too hard, I guess. So let's put some musical notes there. And some here. Aww. Isn't it cute? Now I can put those away. That's what I was afraid of losing. I can't believe the dogs are being quiet today. They're downstairs with hubby, and usually as soon as he moves, they all start barking. Now we can add this to the back, or to the back, not to the back of our card. Don't put your picture on the back of your card. And we'll add it to the front. And the sweet sorbet looks very pretty. I do like the wood planks toned down a little bit rather than the bright white. Maybe it's because it is on the sorbet. Maybe on a different color it might be a little different. But there you go. I'm not even going to add any little dots or beads or rhinestones or anything. because this is just a welcome card, and I think that the leaves are enough. I don't really think they need any more. So there's our little welcome songbird. I hope that you like that card. It's pretty easy to make once you get away from that idea that you're going to do a watercolor background anyways. It becomes a lot easier. So use your sweet songbirds and sing a little song of welcome to somebody. Send them a card in the mail and make them smile. Have a great week, everybody, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.